Welcome to the 5th annual Black Women in Media Conference. I'm Lindsay Livingston Christian, a multimedia talent, host, educator, and founder of Sir Thriver, a breast cancer awareness and wellness platform.
And I'm Courtney Richardson, an Ad Color nominated and 2-time Shorty Award winning creative exec who is currently the creative director at Paper Magazine and the founder of Do It for the Brand, a social collective for Black creatives.
The theme for this year's 4-day conference is Pivot, which is appropriate to the current climate we're in, given the pandemic, social injustice and unrest. And so that theme of Pivot will be highlighted by dynamic keynote speakers throughout this conference.
Most definitely. And before we begin, we really just want to take a moment to acknowledge the current moment and climate that we're in. Myself, Lindsay, and the entire Black Women in Media team want to salute and shout out those who have been on the front lines fighting for social justice this year. We hear you, we see you, and Black lives do matter. We are currently in the throes of the COVID pandemic. And as you can see, we are coming at you from our humble abodes. We are doing our part to play it safe and not spread the virus further. Without further ado, we can all say that 2020 has been quite the year. But we really do hope that this year's Black Women in Media Conference just brings a little bit of joy for you with all the Black girl magic that we have in store.
Yes, we're sprinkling Black girl magic, Courtney and I. This year's conference will include a lot of amazing content, including fireside chats, Q&As, panels, and masterclasses by powerhouse media mavens, brand experts, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and so many more to help you personally and professionally. You'll learn how to pitch journalists, build a multi-million-dollar brand, hello quaint, publish a magazine, even take care of your skin. This conference has you covered head to toe, A to Z.
And we encourage you, while you're attending the conference, to visit our entertainment lounge in the virtual mall throughout your time with us to make sure that you support Black businesses and Black artists. And speaking of Black business, the Black Women in Media Awards this year is sponsored by the lovely Dr. Nika Goodwin of Opulence Beauty MD.
Yes, Opulence MD Beauty, which is known for its lashes, by the way. We encourage you, as Courtney said, to share your experience on social media so that the world knows how Black women do it. So use these hashtags, BWIM, that's Black Women in Media 2020, BWIMCon, that's short for conference, and BWIM Awards. We so appreciate your virtual commitment to Black women in media. Enjoy the conference.
Have fun.
Joining me now is the fabulous founder of Black Women in Media. The reason why we are all here to celebrate this fabulous, amazing industry and powerhouses and mavens, entrepreneurs. You recently have seen her on the front of Bronze Magazine, Miss Judith Jacques Laguerre. Hi, Judith.
Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Thank you.
You look so regal. You're a queen. I should call you Queen Judith.
Thank you. I received that.
So let's get started, Judith. What inspired you to create this amazing platform to recognize Black women in media?
Black Women in Media was inspired by my own experience. When I studied my undergrad, and I was studying communications and business development. At that time, my program was the first time that they had communications. So I was like one of the only few Black people that was in the program to begin with. But we had an aggressive internship program within it as well. And when I went to these interns in these firms and these agencies, I was always the only Black person in the room. I was always working twice as hard than anyone else, but receiving little to no recognition. And when I say recognition, meaning permanent opportunities or a permanent position, being offered that permanent position because I didn't fit into company culture, or they felt that I was overqualified and that their firm couldn't provide me with an opportunity and so on. And even after I got my BA and I went on to work at some of these firms, it was still the same experience. My creativity was being reciprocated and it would generate income for these companies, but I would never receive any career advancement opportunities. And I thought, how many other women in media have their own agencies? How many are receiving recognition? How many are even experiencing what I'm experiencing? And
well, I can say that, Judith, we all have experienced
right,
that at some point in our career.
right,
I know personally, I have working in television news. I
right,
was the only one of color in the newsroom, and I had to work harder, twice
right,
as hard as
right,
my white counterparts.
right. So yes, we all share this same experience, and that's pretty much what inspired Black women in media. I wanted to create a community where we were recognizing these powerful women and celebrating each other, because if they won't do it, we'll just do it. Representation is very important. So I'm really just happy to have the opportunity to create the space.
You created not only a seat at the table, you created like a table, a king's table, and you've given us the opportunity to celebrate, to recognize women who would otherwise not have a platform or receive the recognition she deserves.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from this week-long extravaganza of conference and awards? I mean, there's workshops, there's Q&As, panels, fireside chats. It's a jam-packed week. So tell us what people can expect.
So every single day will uniquely provide a combination of, like you mentioned, the panels, the fireside chats, the master classes, keynote speakers, and even a virtual mall, which will feature Black-owned businesses, because we want to have a space in which we're highlighting our Black-owned businesses, and an entertainment lounge, which will feature a Black female indie artist every single day. So, the reason why we created this space is, again, like you mentioned, this power-packed week, we're going to take advantage of the virtual space and in the climate that we're in now, and we want people to feel empowered and to walk away with a wealth of information.
I'm so glad, Judith, that you didn't allow COVID-19 and the pandemic to derail you from keeping this momentum going, and not allowing it to stop you from sprinkling the Black girl magic and giving us the opportunity to continue the celebration that you have done. Now, this is the 5th year in a row. I'm curious to know how you do it, because it's a lot of moving pieces, or a lot of logistics, and a lot of wonderful women that you're able to book and make things happen. How do you do it?
Honestly, I could say it's first is by the grace of God, and I know that's probably something that people say as commonly, and so on, but it's honestly, it starts there, because this was not something that I envisioned myself doing. I just feel like it was a calling, and I tapped into it, and I was like, God, just please lead me. And he continues to do so. I mean, there are times where I feel, a bit discouraged. I'm pretty sure everyone goes through those experiences and so on, but I still remember the reactions of the women in the rooms. And I remember the gratitude that they have, and those who reach to me after, and the fact that I can affect the lives of people in that way. I owe it to them first, and then myself, to continue this platform. I mean, COVID has definitely, I believe, just like everyone else, it has affected me in tremendous ways, and I suffered great loss, but the calling is still here, and it's my duty to make sure that I don't let my community down.
We are so grateful that you have been obedient and are allowing God to use you as a vessel. And you mentioned, Judith, that part of this is that you want to affect lives, change lives, impact lives. What do you want women and men who participate in this experience, what do you want them to take away from it?
Well, most certainly, I want them to be inspired. We go through these constant levels of changes, and we evolve. And once we reach new heights, then we go through this, I guess, these moments of doubt, or a standstill, if you will, because we've kind of reached a level of fulfillment, and we're looking for like the next thing. I want this to be a constant inspiration. I want it to be a constant reminder that there's so much more that we can do, so much more that we can, provide to our communities. There's so much, like, we're multifaceted.
That's right.
As Black people, specifically Black women, we wear a million hats. I could be a doctor and still have a podcast and be a mom and a wife, and all of those things, and they're all part of my identity. So I say this to say, we definitely feel that, I feel that Black women in media should be a platform that continues to inspire. And I hope that everyone takes, that away from their experiences.
And in speaking to the continuation, what does the future of Black women in media look like? What can we expect in the next few years? How will the platform evolve?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for asking that. So Black Women Media, when we initially started, our first conference and awards was actually in 2014. And that was initially what I felt, should have been the platform, but of course it's grown to become so much more than that. Aside from the conference and awards, we did a complete rebranding. We have an aggressive membership program that we're launching. We did a soft launch this year. We have a membership program that provides incentives from a lifetime membership to a monthly membership. And we even have a membership portal that's similar to space such as LinkedIn, in which you'll create like a membership profile and just, really communicate and network with other like-minded Black women. We also have an online publication that we're launching. BWIM is launching our online magazine in which we will be
featuring. That's exciting.
I'm really excited about it because it'll be the first platform of its kind that specifically caters to highlighting women in these industries. And we're also having monthly experiences that will be tied to the memberships, of course. We have the BWIM TV that we're launching next year.
Which I know I'll be a part of.
Absolutely.
This is great. I love to hear that.
Yes.
God gave you this vision and you ran with it, and he continues to pour into you, and you're pouring into us. So we're just so grateful. We're so grateful for just this opportunity to pause, to celebrate, to honor, to recognize, to acknowledge the hard work that we as Black women are doing in the industry.
Right.
And we just want to continue this journey with you. So keep us posted. For those of you watching, you're in for a tremendous treat. This is going to be a week of transformation.
Right.
That's what I'm decreeing and declaring, a week of transformation, a week of inspiration.
Right.
So thank you so much, Judith.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having me as a host for the third year. It's an honor.
You're doing an absolutely fabulous time. Like literally, you're doing your thing. So I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you, Judith.
Thank you.